Shihad had been rocking the country for 14 years when in 2002 they changed their name to Pacifier.
Man, there were a lot of haters about that, but I totally understood why they did what they did. They were trying to break America, and it just wasn't going to happen with a name that, you know, theoretically came from Jihad, which is holy war.
But the band had trouble selecting a replacement name.
Like, we were so close to just abbreviating it to the Had, because that's what we were called in Australia. You know how they abbreviate every name. And it was like, oh yeah, I could live with it. The Had. Just about to go with it, and then a band from Canada came back and said, we're called The Had. And it was just like, who would come up with such a stupid name for a band, you know?
They became Pacifier for one studio and one live album, but in 2005 they were back to Shihad. The band were angry both at themselves and how they were treated. They needed to make Love Is the New Hate on their own terms, warning the record company to let them do their own thing.
Don't even bother telling us to write singles. Don't even bother telling us to think about this or this movement of music or that or this. We've got to do what we've got to do. Otherwise, you're not getting another record out of this band anyway, and the band won't exist. So leave us alone, you know.
In May of 2005, they played their first New Zealand headlining gig back as Shihad, and they would see how the audience at Auckland's Aotea Square would react.
What about the vibe? I mean, it was just insane. I mean, like the rain coming down after like one song and all the steam coming back up off the crowd, and it was just like, this looks huge. Every time you opened your eyes and looked out, it was like, this is in the middle of downtown Auckland. It's great, you know.
It was official. New Zealand had taken Shihad back into their hearts.
I mean, it was one of the more triumphant moments of the year.
Definitely.
It felt like we owned New Zealand for 60 minutes.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Thank you so fucking much!
Well, next week, the New Zealand band that's a total joke, but in a good way, the band breakup that made the news, and the story of our top twin, who it turns out isn't actually a twin.
Wow, you're counting them as music. Well, they are folk comedy.
Making love. Making love for two. Making love for 2 minutes.
All these executives, American TV executives sitting around us.
So there aren't any other New Zealand characters on American TV?
It's like, oh yeah, we're from New Zealand. Oh, Flight of the Conchords. Conchords, I love it. So they've actually become the new Lord of the Rings.
People actually overlook how great they are as musicians as well.
Rock the Nation 100 New Zealand Music Moments, Monday, 8:30 on C4.